My ex-wife showed up asking for another chance, but she found out I'm marrying someone else. My ex-wife Miranda left me 6 years ago for a guy from her office, and now my family keeps pushing me to meet her, hear her out, and take her back like nothing happened. We got together when we were teenagers, and she was my first serious relationship, my first real plan for the future. I worked 2 jobs while she finished college because we said we were building a life together. When she got her first real paycheck, I took her out to dinner to celebrate. I thought we were finally at the part where things got easier. 4 months later, I came home and found her packing a bag. She sat me down and said she had been seeing her coworker Dean for months. She cried and kept saying she was sorry, but then she said she was in love with him and had a connection with him she never felt with me. She moved in with him that same night. Our divorce was done in 10 days because she did not fight for anything. When the papers were final, she asked if we could still be friends. I broke down in the courthouse parking lot and could not even answer her. I was 25 and completely wrecked. I barely ate. My mom came to stay with me because I could not function. It took me years before I could even think about dating again. Then last month my mom called me, and I could tell from her voice she was about to bring me something I did not want. She said Miranda had messaged her on Facebook. Dean had cheated on Miranda with a younger woman from his gym, kicked Miranda out, and now Miranda was broke and living with her parents. My mom said Miranda finally knew what she lost, and maybe this was a second chance for both of us. I told her Miranda did not think we were a great match when she was with Dean in the apartment I helped pay for. My mom got quiet, then said people make mistakes. After that, it got worse. My aunt sent me a long text about forgiveness. My dad told me Miranda's dad said she cried every day and regretted everything. My cousin even sent me Miranda's number and wrote, "Just hear her once." One Sunday, my mom even tried to trap me by inviting me to lunch and casually mentioning Miranda might stop by too. I told her if Miranda came, I was leaving, and I hung up. That night, Miranda emailed me a long apology from a new address, and I deleted it without opening it. I stopped replying in the family group chat for 2 days because every message made my stomach twist. What none of them knew was that I was already engaged. Her name is Avery, and she is a teacher. She is patient and calm, and she has never once made me feel like I had to earn basic love. She chose me from day one. We were planning to announce our engagement at Thanksgiving, so I had not told my family yet. But the pressure about Miranda kept building, and I kept putting off telling them because every call turned into a debate. Yesterday I was in my garage changing the oil in my car when the doorbell rang. My hands were dirty, so I wiped them on a rag and went to the door. Miranda was standing there. She looked older, tired, and nervous, but she still had that look like she had practiced this moment in the mirror. Before I could say anything, she started talking. She said Dean was the biggest mistake of her life. She said she never stopped loving me. She said she thought about me every day, and that she had been too immature to understand what we had. I just stood there and let her talk. She kept going and started crying harder. She said she had changed. She was not that person anymore, and she knew she did not deserve another chance. Then she said we were supposed to grow old together, and we could still have that if I would just give her one conversation. I still did not say anything. She took that as hope and stepped closer to the door. That is when I said, "I am getting married in 3 months." Her face went white. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Right then, Avery came up behind me from the kitchen and asked if everything was okay. She put her arm around me, and Miranda's eyes dropped straight to Avery's ring. Miranda whispered, "I did not know," and she backed up so fast she almost missed the porch step. She got in her car and drove off. Avery looked at me and asked who that was, so I told her the truth right there at the door. She listened, hugged me, and said she was glad I found her after all of that. I thought that was the end of it, but my mom called an hour later sounding angry. Miranda had called her crying, and now my mom said I had been cruel for letting her talk without stopping her sooner. My aunt texted that I embarrassed Miranda and should have met her somewhere private. Even my dad said I could have handled it better, so I told all of them the same thing. She showed up at my house unannounced, 6 years too late, and I do not owe her a second chance, a private meeting, or 1 more minute of my life. Then I muted the family group chat while my phone kept lighting up. Now my family is saying I was cruel at the door. Was I really wrong?